This week on License to Kill Outdoors, the crew heads to the woods with their Traditions muzzleloaders for the start of Indiana's firearm season. The rut is full swing, and the big bucks are up on the move.
Down on a big old beast like that. Happy Thanksgiving to me, baby.
The guy we're after.
We're watching License to Kill Outdoors.
It's opening day Indiana firearm season, and we're excited to break out the Traditions muzzleloaders and go to work. This year the deer were full rut, and it was one of the best openers that we had ever witnessed.
So Chase and I just got set up, and I look out in the field, and here comes a monster buck running right at us. Hey!
Hold on, I'm not on it. Where'd he go?
Well, guys, we've got action. The deer that we're chasing just about was done, but he's on a doe and he wouldn't slow down, and I'm not taking that shot.
Who would have even thought that the main deer on our hit list would be running in straight to us on opening morning of gun season? It just seemed like one buck came and another, and before long it was like we had 20 different bucks come in, and this was probably one of the most wound up, best rut mornings I had seen, let alone it be opening day of gun season.
License to Kill Outdoors is brought to you by Flying Arrow Archery, changing blood trails forever. Comfy Hunter, hunting just got comfy. Steady Form, shoot with confidence. Kishels, sense for success. Athens Archery, engineered to kill.
So far, the action's been nonstop, and I can't wait to see where this morning's going. Well, as luck would have it, we're gonna have to climb down for a couple hours and run back to the taxidermy shop and take care of business, but then Chase and I's gonna be right back at it.
Well, it's the afternoon of our Indiana season opener for firearm season, and what a day it's been. We started the morning off by having our main target deer come within about 60 or 70 yards of us, and we bleated at him twice and he wouldn't stop. And on our way into back into the stand after grabbing a bite to eat and tending to some stuff at the shop, we drive right by him again, bedded up not 100 and probably 25 yards from where we're sitting right now. We think he might be over there chasing does again. We keep seeing does running by over there, so we're gonna sit tight and see what happens. He's an absolute giant. If we get this deer on the ground, there'd be a lot of smiling faces for sure.
So we went ahead and made our way, got all set up, and just hoping that this deer makes his way past the stand before dark.
Season, and it just got daylight enough to see. We've been covered up with deer already. Couldn't even stop long enough to do an interview, but the temperature's a little bit warmer this morning, so it's a little easier to sit here. We're just hoping that Torch or that Big Ten will give us an opportunity today and get this done.
This is one of those stands that these guys are set up right in between one of our main thickets and one of our biggest food plots, and they're catching these bucks cruising in and out checking for hot does.
Visit ComfyHunter.com for our online store and more product information.
The second morning started off way slower than the first, but there's a high pressure system that's starting to move in, so we got our hopes up.
So far, the day's been so-so. We've had a few does come through, a couple small bucks, but we got a front coming in, bringing about possibly 3 to 5 inches of snow later today. So Chase and I is going to run home and get some dry socks on and get us something to eat real quick. And then we're going to hit a little earlier this afternoon. Hope we can get these deer, catch these deer as they're moving into this picked corn here. Well, it's evening of day 2. Me and Chase just got back up in the tree stand, and we can hear a deer over to my... They're coming in. In fact, here the deer comes. So this interview is going to be short, but stay tuned. It's about to get good.
Chase and I hadn't been set up long, and it just flat started snowing on us. And it was one of them kinds of snows that just went from 0 to 100, and everything was just getting soaked. So we had to take these cameras and put them right back in the camera bag.
At the same time, Danny and I were set up on the opposite side of the farm over one of our cut cornfields, and it cut loose and started snowing like crazy. So we had to put our camera in our camera bag and just kind of set tight. And right at last light, the deer finally started moving out into this field.
So Chase and I sitting there, and we are both just froze to death and just soaking wet, and we hadn't seen hardly a deer. And I catch some movement over in the thicket, and I can tell right away that this is a shooter buck.
So I was trying to be as quiet as possible to get the camera out of the bag, and Dad's telling me that it's a great buck. He thinks it's a shooter. As soon as I zoom in, I can tell right away that it's the Big 10 that he had missed earlier in the year. And I'm sitting there trying to scrub off the camera, trying to get the LCD screen cleared up, and finally I got on him.
Man on him. Is he a shooter?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's your Dan.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. Yeah. That's him.
So Chase tells me that this is the Big 10, and I know this deer well. I mean, we've got tons of covert camera pictures of this deer, and you know, as luck would have it, earlier in the season, I missed this deer with my Athens bow, and you know, it was no fault of the bow. It was merely me misjudging yardage, but now I got a Traditions muzzleloader, and old Dean don't need to judge yardage.
That's him. That's him. That's him.
Meh.
Fingers crossed. That's a Big 10 pointer that I missed with my bow earlier this season. That's the first time I've seen him in over a week and a half. I'm hoping.
License to Kill Outdoors is brought to you by Clythol Lethal Layering System. Apparel like you've never experienced before. Hooker Deer Drag. Take a hooker to the woods with you. Hunter Safety System. Saving lives is what we do. Grizzly Coolers. For a lifetime. Catskill Mountain Calls. If I wouldn't put it in my turkey vest, I wouldn't put it in yours. Closed captioning is brought to you by Twisted Tine Deer Mineral. Big buck development for the serious hunter.
Alright guys, we jumped down and we found great blood. He's spraying everywhere. And we rewatched the video and we are 98.9% sure it's that big 10 that I missed in the food plot earlier this year. I am so happy. I mean, I don't even know what to say. But it is snowing like crazy and this blood is spraying such a fine mist. I'm worried. So I told Chase, I said, I don't even want to wait on Floyd and Danny. I just want to get down. It felt good. I want to go track him because I don't want to lose this deer. So that's what we're going to do.
So they're on the other side of the farm track and Dad's buck, and I look out in the field and there's a great mature buck headed right to this point with us. He works around the edge of this point and this buck's only 15 yards away, and Danny blows the hair off the side of this buck.
Well, it sounds like Floyd or Danny just shot, so we might be tracking deer half the night. Wow, that was fun. Boy. Oh my gosh. This deer has haunted me since I missed him in the food plot. I don't know, I got my redemption. Well, we came in about 2 o'clock and got set up and it started snowing and the deer like shut down. And I was kind of losing hope. And this was about the last few minutes of daylight, and I happened to look up and seen a big body deer coming out of the thicket. And I told Chase, I said, this deer looks like it has a big rack. I throw my field glasses up and I said it's a 10-pointer. And pretty quick Chase identified him as the one I missed in the food plot earlier in the season. And I guess, as you'd say, the rest is history. I sealed the deal, got my redemption. Good Lord blessed me. License to Kill Outdoors is on the board again. 2014's been something else.
Yeah, it's November 16th, first snow of the season. It's like a late muzzleloader season, and had a great hunt, a lot of deer action, and this guy came in about 10 yards, came right to us, and the tradition took him down. It was a pretty easy shot, but about 5th season with that gun, and I love it, so it did what it's supposed to do. You're watching License to Kill Outdoors.
You know, I can't imagine a season being any better than this. To be able to, you know, all in one day, be able to fill 2 tags on 2 mature bucks You know, it just don't get any better than this.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to check us out on the web at ltkoutdoors.com and give us a like on Facebook. Thanks, and we'll see you again next week, same time, same place, right here on License to Kill Outdoors.